Okay, so hey guys, it's Zach and Phil, the
Yo,
Ohio. Oh, yep, there you go, Phil. You heard Phil. The Ohio Skater YouTube channel, and we are also on X Spaces right now on Philip's uh account, X account, and talking more about expanding on stuff we were talking about. Basically, so that guy we talked about, that Space Force guy, that is a Bitcoiner. Basically, we watched a podcast where they were talking about his book, and they were discussing like ideas about peaceful revolution, and that is what I first thought of when I first heard about Bitcoin was peaceful revolution. Uh, because it's as the guy on the video was saying, it's a digital weapon. And what I was saying is it's like we just hacked the system, and sooner or later, we're going to be making a lot of things obsolete with this technology. And but Phil was just talking about peaceful evolution. He said if you revolve, you come back to the same place, but if you evolve, you never go back. So I thought that was interesting. So that's why we titled this "Peaceful Evolution" on the spaces. But Phil, can you talk about what you mean by peaceful evolution rather than revolution, and just expand on what I was saying? And yeah, so go for it.
what's up, everyone? We're back. We're back. Glad to be back. You're gonna hear a lot of us. I'll start with architecture, I guess, nature, big cities, and what I'm doing going forward. So, get some nature today. Get outside. Don't be afraid of the elements. They should be afraid of you. No, but we're gonna get back into nature today. Get a workout in. It just comes down to health and what really matters: love, family, friends, health, kids, saving the kids, protecting the kids, having kids. I can get caught up in the everyday shit and forget about evolving, and kids is a way to do that. Now, until then, I want to touch on beauty. Beauty has a look, it has a feel. The Grand Canyon is beautiful. Mount Rushmore is beautiful. These are large structures, natural and man made, that put me in awe. And, Zach wanted me to mention my therapist actually recommended I do that. I think I got. Sometimes you get in these ruts, and I definitely have a couple times and get discouraged. So try therapy. If not, just get some real air, not AC. Get some real sun, not artificial light.
Yeah, and these are steps you can take to evolve in your personal life. And, I think in terms of revolution versus evolution, evolution is much more personal because it sounds to me like if someone is evolving, they're working on themselves. You know what I'm saying? Whereas revolution is a collective thing. We all have collective things in our lives, but we also so I think I think we are perhaps I think we people are starting to work on themselves like this, and we are perhaps having a evolution revolution, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
So I'm
So
looking at some etymology now,
yeah,
and it doesn't have to be revolve, it can be revolt. So in real time, I might actually look up. See, revolt is rise in rebellion, cause to feel unjust. So I want to find out exactly where the word revolution came from. It's Italian heritage. Revolution is a forcible overthrow of a government or social order. So both work. It sounds like revolt. Revolution came from revolt. So that might be my bad. It just sounds like
no, but
revolution.
I know that it's called a revolution when you talk about the Earth going around the sun. It's a revolution around the sun. That's true. So you had the right. You had
Man, language
part,
is
but
crazy.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Especially
yeah,
art.
yeah. So, um, So yeah, basically, Phil's gonna be back in the big city. He's going to Orlando, and I'm gonna be holding it down here in Northeast Ohio, Cleveland area. Cleveland is actually not that big of a city. It has a lot of sprawl, so a lot of it is suburbs, and it's not the big city when you think of big city America. But Orlando is probably bigger, and Phil's gonna be back in a more bigger city environment, bigger than Cleveland for sure. So Phil, what are you expecting, and what are you looking forward to, and what are you thinking going into your trip down to Florida?
Faster paced, bigger deals, larger audiences. Personally, I have to work on my pitch, my company pitch, making it more concise. Right now, everything's like business plan and it's all planned out, but I'm gonna be on my feet more. I'm gonna have to think on my feet better and just know the ins and outs of 2020 innovations. Because when opportunity comes once in a lifetime, it's like there's windows of opportunity. So when that thing opens, your boy will be ready.
Yeah, definitely. This man is a very business minded person. Phil is. So
Freedom more than anything, freedom minded, and the business is creating my freedom
yeah,
and the people around me.
that's cool. So well, you'll be down in Orlando, and we were talking about Disney World because that's where Disney World is. And we got into a discussion about Disney, and Phil was talking about how Disney was ahead of its time, groundbreaking, shaped the game, if you want to say. I mentioned well, if you want to expand on that, Phil, before I go into
Yeah, just quickly, they had the right idea. They got a little rotten, it seems. I don't know if the rot can be, taken out like mold, just kind of take it out. But I think that's why they bought these other companies, because they can't rely on the kid stuff anymore. They messed up. But shout out to before they got in trouble, that time period. At least I've been there. My niece, it's like the magic they created. Appreciate that, and we're gonna take that and that part and apply it here at 2020 when we do have our film department open, and when we do have our campus. It's gonna be magical, that's for sure, in our way.
Yeah. So I was basically saying I was telling Phil about a class I took in college called Media and Society, and this class was basically one of those woke classes, one of the quintessential, what you would call a woke college class, media and society, and we basically the whole time learned about Disney movies, and we talked about, the professor basically told us that these old Disney cartoon movies were racist and sexist and relied on outdated stereotypes, and I don't know how to feel about that because my mom is a big fan of Disney, and so I've always sort of watched Disney here and there, Disney stuff, but growing up, and I don't know, because I eventually dropped sociology as a minor because it ended up being too woke for me. So one could say that these Disney cartoons, the old ones, rely on these outdated stereotypes, but to a child, I don't think they think that way, and I don't think it becomes a big deal until actually when the parent comes in and tells the kid that this is the stereotype that exists. And we were talking about how any actor who is from a minority group or whatever they however they act, when they do acting, whatever they act in, that I think that becomes a new stereotype more than they are fulfilling an old one. If that makes sense. Just the way that the culture gets shaped. So, what do you think about what?
It does make sense. I want to help revive the original Disney fairy tale. It's not a fairy tale. I know what they were doing. I believe I know what they were doing. The original task: create magic, show love. Where the man has to fight for the woman, has to slay the dragon to get to the woman in the castle, and she's a damsel, maybe not in distress, maybe she is or not. Either way, who doesn't want love? And from what I saw, it's a lot of fighting for love in Disney movies.
Yeah, for sure. And we got to talking this morning. This morning, after we had that conversation this morning, I popped in a Marvel movie. I popped in the first Deadpool movie, and I told Phil, whatever they said in that class, I like Marvel movies, and Disney owns Marvel, and I don't know whether you could say that Marvel movies also operate on sort of these stereotypes or not, but people love Marvel movies and they're very popular, and so I can't really say much because it's not bad enough, I think, for me to want to stop consuming Marvel movies, at least. And Star Wars is owned by Disney now. I grew up on Star Wars, so I get what Phil's trying to say, that Disney is sort of changing its image because it's buying these other franchises that are more at least a little more for adults, so yeah.
Teens.
Yeah, PG-13 type stuff, which I don't mind a PG-13 movie,
And eventually we'll have kids.
Yeah. So
it's good to start knowing, understanding.
Yeah.
That realm, children's books.
For sure.
And so on.
So yeah.
You got me into nature, really. Even more. We've been on walks every day. I appreciate that. Getting me out the house. I can be at my command center. I get that from Angelo. I can be at the command center all day.
Yeah.
Really just making things happen. Cassius is in Florida already, planting the flag. Where we could talk about our first show today on the 2020 side a little bit.
Okay. Go into that.
So I'll be hosting. Zach's backing me up. I'm the co-host. Zach's co-host. Angelo will do sponsors and commercials and ads. Cash is gonna DJ that thing. So all the radio stations, take a look. So all the TV networks, take a look. Our rate is upping. We're upping our rate. However you want to say it. There's more coming out of 2020. More than ever before. That's for sure.
Yeah, big stuff in the works for everyone in the crew here, I think. So, but basically,
TikTok's coming.
TikTok, yeah. I'm gonna work on my social media game today. I'm gonna make a TikTok. A dude Phil knows. Phil gave him my contact. He hit me up. Caden is
Cade Ayton.
KDIN, I believe is that his rap name?
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly, sage name.
Yeah, Caden. He hit me up and he's like, dude, you got to get on TikTok. You have got to get on TikTok. So I'm gonna work on that. So TikTok's coming soon today. I'm gonna try to put out a couple TikToks today. I'm gonna get on this Bitcoin, this new Bitcoin version of X or Twitter. Basically, is what Phil was telling me about. It's a Bitcoiners version of Twitter, and I want to get on there because it seems cool. And we were talking about sort of alternative social media, and how there's actually so much different social media sites out there that you can go looking for and find different communities, and it's good to get out of your bubble. So, yeah.
Absolutely. What are you thinking for lunch today? It's only 8, but we like to eat, you know?
Yeah, we might have to make we ate the good stuff last night. I was trying to save that for a couple days, but last night we got these soups, these pasta soups with pasta in it, and we got these salads, and we ate those last night. We ate all of it last night. I believe there might be your soup. There might be a little bit of more of your soup left, but I ate all of my soup. It was these pasta soups and these salads, and they were these pre-made meals. And we ate those. We pretty much demolished those last night. But we have some Velveeta shells, microwavable Velveeta shell mac and cheese that we can cook up, and we have some of this Ben's original rice. That you can pop in the microwave for 90 seconds, and it's good rice. You know, so we got rice and mac and cheese. We ran out of the eggs this morning, but we're all good. Everything is we're all good on everything. I'm just saying what we have in stock right now. So basically, yeah.
Hell yeah, this fucking ad on SoundCloud is going now. We'll play a little clip of some of the music we have as a music agency, talent agency. In about 10 seconds, I'll play Margiela V2 by Cassius.
Always was and always will be, which is called the self.
Like 15 seconds.
I'm doing bad. I'm doing bad. She wanna bang on my heart, I got bad. I'm doing bad. She wanna bang on my heart, I got bad. Yeah. They wanna act up cool and they wanna know they work. Yeah. I don't think they know themselves and know their work. Yeah.
You'll hear more of that tonight.
Yep.
250 tracks just on his SoundCloud alone, 10 albums deep, and that's just one artist. I'm looking to manage at least 12 to 15. We have great packages on the horizon. I'll make sure your everyday life as a musician, let's get you paid. Me too, for your passion. Paid for your passion. Trademark.
You heard it here. Contact Philip McCombs, 2020 Innovations, if you're an artist interested in making some shit happen, basically. So I think we're good. Is that a good one? You think that's a good time to cut it off? Yeah. So we're good. We're good. I hope you enjoyed this the third discussion with Phil, and we're gonna make some more videos today. Stay tuned. But peace out for now.